It is time to save Liam Neeson. Over the last couple of years, Liam Neeson has gotten the reputation for pretty much doing any movie that he can think of. And as everybody knows, the last few have not been great. So is it time for Liam Neeson to actually start playing roles that mean something again? Or is his time finished and he's just having fun? So leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by movieposters.com. With a long-standing reputation and quality posters, movieposters.com is the place to buy your posters. You can have your very own Liam Neeson poster or posters like these. So take a look at the link in the description and don't forget to use the code FORGOTTEN15 for 15% off your entire order. Now back to the show. So a while ago, I took a look at the more recent Liam Neeson stuff. I knew that the quality wasn't going to be great, but I was really curious to see what it was like, I started off my journey with Memory, and Memory really wasn't anything surprising. Kind of knew where it was going. It wasn't necessarily a good movie, but I kind of expected, the Liam Neeson sort of take and vibe from it. At the time of watching it, I knew that it wasn't the only movie where, Liam Neeson basically plays the same character. I was aware that it was going to be very similar to his other recent action movies. So after watching Memory, I decided to take a look at something completely different. And the first thing I looked at was Marlowe. And Marlowe's like a completely separate side to sort of like your typical Liam Neeson action movie. And it's a little more of a thinker, and it's very well done in terms of directing. And the writing is just really bad, and so is the actual story itself. And that's what really ruined this movie for me. And then I watched one of his more recent ones, which is Retribution. And it's not bad, but it's really just a speed ripoff. And it's really hard to watch when you kind of know where the story is going to end up. And you're just like, there's nothing new here, so why am I watching this? The thing is, though, is that Liam Neeson isn't that bad in any of the movies that I just said. And even though they have bad reviews on most platforms, he's the star for a reason, and he knows how to act. And when you take a guy like Liam Neeson, you put him in front of any type of movie, you're going to get people to come and watch it, right? He's a big name. He's a guy who drives in the box office. But the thing is that over so many years, he's become so synonymous with these ridiculous movies that less and less people are willing to actually go out and watch these days. They're kind of just like, oh, it's another Liam Neeson, action one. It's going to be bad. And that's really where the problem lies. There's no more faith in Liam Neeson, what he's able to do, because no one's really expecting a good, movie to come out of it. And that's not to say that he's not a good actor in any of these. In fact, he's probably putting on the best performance he can with what he's given, because these scripts and these stories are just horrible. But these companies know, these producers know that Liam Neeson's going to do what he can with it. We don't really care how the story really turns out. We just want people to come in, we'll try to make a profit off of it, and that's it. There's no actual passion behind any of these movies. Listen, obviously, Liam Neeson knows where he is in his career now. He doesn't need to prove anything. He knows that he's accomplished everything that any actor could have wanted. Another thing that I think a lot of people forget is that Liam Neeson is, an older generation actor. He's not somebody who people really necessarily want to go and watch these days, because the demographic that would watch him are people who are older. But there's a generation right now that knows Liam Neeson as the character, as the guy who does action movies that don't make any sense. And that generation needs to see Liam Neeson in his prime, being able to do what he does best in these really emotional roles. And with a strong character and a really strong story, he will perform really well. And hopefully that generation that sees him as, the Taken guy will actually see him as somebody who's more than that. Now, of course, they can always go back and just sort of watch Schindler's List and all these other great movies that he was in prior. But I feel like the younger generations are not going to want to go back to watch those. And with that, I feel like maybe one more movie for Liam Neeson would be amazing. And I would go see it. I would go see it. But one of the more recent movies that he was in that I haven't had a chance to watch, but I have heard very good things about, is In the Land of the Saints and the Sinners. And I heard that his performance is actually pretty decent. The movie has one of the higher Rotten Tomatoes scores of any of his recent works. And so it kind of shows that if given the opportunity, I think Liam Neeson could probably put on a really good performance. And I hope maybe one more movie where he gets a proper script, works with a good director, and has actually given an opportunity to show what he's able to do. If he wants, then I'm all for that. And I think a lot of people would really be interested in seeing that. My question to you guys is, what would you guys go and see if Liam Neeson decided to do one more serious role where he actually put behind it some real effort? Not to say he's honing in it all the time these days, but let's be honest, the last time he did something really great was a while. But again, he has done everything in his career. He has nothing to prove. So we should just enjoy him on screen while he's still there. But before you guys leave, I want to announce two big things. One, we have a live stream coming up on June 7th where we're going to go live and we're going to be talking about Christopher Nolan and all of his movies. It's going to be very similar to the old content that is on this channel, very podcast style. If you want to come chat with us and just talk about movies and Christopher Nolan, come join us on June 7th. Second news is, obviously, you heard from the beginning of the video, we do have a new sponsor sponsor on the channel, movieposters.com. I wanted to shout them out one more time because they are amazing and you should go check them out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.